Roswell Flight Test Crew, here today to take a look at the Duo Pro R thermal imaging camera, the latest from our friends at FLIR, built specifically for commercial drone operation. The Duo Pro R shares the same basic concept as last year's Duo, combining a visible light camera with a thermal sensor in a single package. It's quite a bit larger than the first Duo, but it makes a host of improvements over the original. Increased thermal resolution first and foremost among them. This is a thermal image of me captured using the Duo's low-resolution lepton sensor. And here I am using the much higher resolution Tau 2 core inside the Duo Pro R. Note that this is a high-resolution version of the Duo Pro R. There's also a mid-resolution version available, which also does a pretty good job, as you can see for yourself in our previous comparison video. Let's take a look at its other capabilities and see what else comes in the kit. Here we have the camera itself, with the lenses on the front. As you look at it, the visible light imagers on the left and the thermal cameras on the right. The visible light system can capture up to 4K video and 12 megapixel stills, and the thermal camera captures either 640 by 512 pixels or 336 by 256 pixels, depending on which model you choose, and both versions weigh 325 grams. Also on the front, we have a pair of LEDs that indicate the power, recording, and Bluetooth status. On the bottom, we have a standard tripod mount, and on the top are buttons to start and stop recording and turn the Bluetooth on and off. Because Bluetooth only works at close range and uses some of the same frequencies as drones do for command and control, make sure you disable it before flying. On the right side of the camera are several ports and connectors. On top is a coaxial connector for the external GPS antenna, which is included with the kit. Now, FLIR could have built the antenna inside the camera housing, but this was actually a really clever choice. Most of the time, you mount your camera on the underside of your drone, but it wouldn't get very good GPS reception, so FLIR put the antenna on the end of this 40-inch cable so you can mount it on top of the aircraft. With the antenna connected, the camera will embed GPS coordinates in both the visible light and the thermal images to allow you to create precise orthomosaics and point clouds. This is a micro HDMI connector, which is how you get digital video out of the camera, for connecting it to a DJI Lightbridge system, for example. Now, you will need to provide your own HDMI cable because there isn't one included in the kit. Here we have dual micro SD card slots for capturing video and still images on board the camera. This 10-pin accessory port provides several features: power in, analog video out, PWM control, and MAVLink integration. You can access all these functions with the included bench cable. In our previous FLIR camera videos, this is the part where Techenstein would have showed up and told you how to mutilate the bench cable in order to make it compatible with a conventional analog FPV system. However, FLIR has included a separate set of integration cables, which makes this job so much easier, and the best part is, it leaves your bench cable in one piece. Also, the camera incorporates a voltage regulator, so there's much less risk of you accidentally frying it. It will accept input voltage between 5.5 and 26 volts of DC current. The last port on the camera is a USB-C connector, which provides an alternative means of powering it up through an external battery pack. A USB-C cable is included. So let's go ahead and power up the camera. It's going to let you know it's alive by turning on the LEDs and beeping at you. Periodically, you're also going to hear a clicking noise. That's the flat field correction shutter moving inside the thermal imager. To reduce noise in the thermal signal, the sensor needs to be exposed periodically to a neutral target. This tends to happen a lot at first, and then slow down as the camera comes up to its operating temperature. Now that the camera has finished its boot up process, we can find it via Bluetooth using the FLIR UAS app, which will allow us to configure the camera settings. Now, there's a lot going on here, so let's take a look at the basics for now. The PIP setting allows you to decide whether the video out is a visible light image, the thermal image, or a picture-in-picture combination of the two. The IR palette setting lets you choose what colors will be used to represent the thermal variations that the camera sees. You can also use the app to change the camera mode, either to take a single still image, a series of still images, or video. And this control can be used to start and stop the camera. This camera also incorporates MSX technology, which runs a real-time edge detection algorithm on the visible light image and then superimposes those edges on the thermal image, making it easier to recognize objects. So that's our first look at the FLIR Duo Pro R. To keep up with the latest on drones, be sure to click subscribe. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Fly safe.